Hi, my name is Veronica Caicedo. Today, this very moment, I have Jeff Oppenheim in Superheroes and Other Men. It's written and performed by you.
It is, yeah.
And it's directed by Byron Saunders.
Our executive producer is Aliba Hammaker.
Tell us what this piece is about.
Well, it's really a personal journey, and it's taking place at multiple times in my life. At this age, looking back, remembering this journey quest that I went on, discovering this ultimate threshold of manhood, which is fatherhood.
Uh-oh, panic sets in, right? Realization, oh no, what have I done? And meanwhile, we're trying to be this pillar of support for Our Lady. Oh, this is wonderful news, honey. Meanwhile, it's the first time I've ever realized that father is spelled fat-her. Oh.
That calls a lot of us guys out right in that moment right there, because there's nothing that proves us more in those moments.
You wait until your father gets home. Curse that.
We've got to be there for the baby. We've got to be there for our gal.
Well, now I was married to this 9 to 5 job. And simply so that I could be free from 6 to 9 a.m. the next morning with a rather unsteady schedule of whatever would be needed for our baby. Suddenly now I was having to learn about something called the 529 and figure out how to subtract it from a salary that already had a 401k coming out of it. Suddenly, I was beginning to understand the ultimate measure of a man.
It really also goes to that quest that we have from boyhood to manhood of looking for, well, superheroes, we call it as kids.
What is it about us boys? Why are we so obsessed with these super action heroes? I mean, so much so, look, that if you like Superman and I like Spider-Man, which I do, oh, you and I could end up as best friends scrapping over which one could kick the other one's butt.
But really role models in the male community, and sometimes that's desperately hard to find.
Now, Bob, that was his name. Not Robert, not Bobby, Bob. He stood 6 foot tall, solid, muscular guy, wavy, sandy, blonde hair. And it was complete with one of those Robert Redford, sideways smiles. He was a super action hero.
Who are these guys that have that super action hero ability, or real guy attributes, gentlemanly attributes?
And being the valiant knight that he was, he sauntered over to the bar and found himself right between the 3 ladies, exactly where they had placed themselves. Now he proceeded to ignore them. He's put in the drink order here with the bartender and pretended like he knew the bartender for a long time, and suddenly turned and caught, the one girl, the middle girl, checking him out. Well, she blushed, and he just flashed her one of those smiles. He got his 2 big mitts on 2 of the beers, and he slid past the other 2 ladies graciously. Excuse me. But to this one, he said, would you mind if I come back in a moment for that beer? Yeah. You see, I'm a little bit clumsy. Oh my God, her panties just melted right off. Whew.
And what is their kryptonite? Because we all have it.
But that anger, it was a storm inside of him. And, well, I was a young teenage boy coming into his own. And I remember one day, I don't know what he said to me, but I decided that was the day I was going to stand up to him. Yeah, I muttered something under my breath like he wasn't my father anyway. But he came back in that room as if to give me a second chance, a chance to back down. And I made that stubborn male decision to hold my ground and potentially pay the price, and oh, I did.
So how do I pull from the good and push away the bad to try and be the best gentleman I can be in a gender complex era?
What is wrong with you boys? You fellas, you guys, you boys, you men, you sundry old farts. Oh. And once again, you women are right, because I've been asking that of myself, of my own actions. I've been asking that every day I read the newspaper, watch the news. What is wrong with our boys? And suddenly, I know what to write. And my pen hits the pages of my 5x8 tan graph paper lined generic moleskin notebook, and I write, the art and practice of being a modern gentleman in a gender complex world.
Superheroes and Other Men.
I'm going to fly off now and rescue that fair maiden. Goodbye.
Okay.